Helsinki off-road service. The deepest mud season. Dive you'll ever take. Mud season in Helsinki is a different kind of off-road experience, one that forces you to rethink everything you know about driving. It's a slow, methodical, nerve-wracking game where every move has consequences. It's where traction is a myth, patience is king, and the terrain is an unpredictable mess of mud, ice, and shifting rocks. Here, momentum is not your friend. In fact, momentum is the fastest way to disaster. The slower you go, the better your chances of making it through in one piece. This is a season where brute force means nothing. The only things that matter are control, decision-making, and the willingness to accept that sometimes the trail wins. Slippery rocks and the illusion of grip rocks are supposed to be solid, dependable, and a place where tires can bite down and find traction. Mud season laughs at that idea. Even the largest boulders become treacherous skating rinks, coated in moisture and often hiding an invisible layer of ice. Tires struggle for purchase, slipping and sliding in directions they were never meant to go. Worse yet, some of these rocks shift under pressure. What looks stable might roll just enough to throw the entire vehicle off balance. A perfectly placed tire 1 second becomes a dangerous trap the next. The only solution is absolute precision, slow, steady throttle control, the right line, and a deep understanding that no obstacle is as simple as it seems. Low air pressure helps, but it comes with its own risks. The more the tires conform to the rocks, the better they grip. But go too low, and the sidewalls become vulnerable. Sharp edges cut through rubber like a knife, and a torn sidewall in these conditions is more than an inconvenience. It can mean a long, painful recovery mission. There's a fine balance, and every off-roader in Helsinki learns it the hard way. The mental battle, when patience becomes a survival skill. This is not a sport for the impatient. In mud season, fast is wrong, slow is right, and frustration is inevitable. The trail moves at its own pace, and there's no forcing progress. Some sections take minutes to move just a few inches forward, requiring constant micro-adjustments. One mistake, a slight overcorrection, too much gas, too little grip, and suddenly a simple climb turns into a nightmare. Every off-roader has that moment where they think, "Why am I even doing this?" The vehicle is stuck, the wheels are spinning, and every attempt to move forward seems to make things worse. This is the moment that separates those who make it through from those who spend half the day waiting for recovery. The trick is to stop, breathe, and reassess. This season isn't about aggression. It's about patience, reading the terrain, and knowing when to push and when to back off. Drivers who try to force their way through find themselves buried to the axles. Those who take their time, make adjustments, and respect the conditions, they make it through, even if it takes longer than they'd like. The new enemy. Icy rocks and their unforgiving grip. Mud season brings a unique challenge this year. Icy rock formations that are almost impossible to predict. In some places, the sun keeps surfaces just warm enough to prevent freezing, while shaded sections hold onto a deadly layer of ice. The result is an off-road environment where grip changes within seconds. 1 second the tires are finding purchase, slowly crawling over a rock. The next, everything shifts. The vehicle slides sideways, and suddenly, nothing is in control. It's not about skill at that point. It's about luck. There's only one way to handle these sections. Constant testing, absolute caution, and a willingness to turn around if necessary. Testing each surface before committing can be the difference between a controlled crawl and a sideways slide into a recovery nightmare. Some drivers get lucky, some don't. But luck runs out eventually. Mud, the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you have the best tires, the most powerful winch, or years of experience. When the mud takes over, everyone is at its mercy. Helsinki's mud season doesn't just make trails difficult, it transforms them entirely. Sections that were easy in the summer become deep, tire-swallowing pits, where even a small mistake means sinking to the axles. This is where strategy comes into play. It's not about speed, but about choosing the right line. What looks like the easiest route might be the deepest. Sometimes the high side has more grip, But it also comes with the risk of tipping over. Every decision has consequences, and once the vehicle is committed, there's no going back. Mud changes everything, including recovery tactics. Winching from a tree sounds easy, until the tree starts sliding too. Max tracks and recovery boards become essential. Without them, the only option is digging. The unpredictable terrain. Nothing is as it looks.